friends, I'm Spica Wobbe.
And I'm Karen Oughtred. And we're teaching artists at Flushing Town Hall, where we believe in global arts for global kids and seniors.
Welcome back.
Today we're going to show you how to use tracing and collaging to create characters and scenery to put in your pop-up page.
So let's get started.
Welcome back. So today, in this session, we're going to show you how to put the image into your pop-up book. So find some family photos and talk to your family about where the photo was taken, who's in the photo, where it was, when it was taken, and what happened. And then after you've talked about some of those photos, choose one that you'd like to put inside your pop-up page. I chose one of my father and myself in the Bungle Bungle Ranges in Western Australia. So the first thing you need to do is take a piece of photocopy paper and fold it in half, and then fold it again in half. This is about the right size for your image that you're going to trace or draw. If you don't have photocopy paper, you can use any white paper that you might have at home, like this. Same thing, just fold it and then fold it again. The other thing that you'll need is some tracing paper, and you'll be able to get that just from the corner store. So once you've folded your page, you're going to glue it down. Take an old magazine, open it up, and open up your page. Take your glue. You're going to glue on one half of the page. And then you're going to fold it over, smooth it out, and now we're going to glue this section again. So again, same thing. Fold it over and glue this section down. Here we are. Now you've chosen your photo. Now this photo I copied from a digital photo I had on my computer. But if you don't have a photocopier, it doesn't matter. You can still use your tracing paper and put it onto the digital photo straight on your computer screens. But today I'm going to use this printed copy, and I'm going to put the tracing paper over the top, and I'm going to trace it. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to trace the image. And with this image, I'm just going to trace the outlines. I'm not tracing the background at all, just the outline of my body and my dad's body. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to see, but I'm just going to do the best I can with tracing what's here in front of me. I lift up the paper to check to see if I'm tracing it accurately. So that's a way to help you. But again, you're just getting the outline of the face and some of those features. So I'm including my father's hat, bottom of his chin here, his mouth, his eyes and nose. I think I've got most of the things I need on here. So when you think you're done, take the tracing paper off, put it against the white paper, that helps you see it, and then compare it with the photo. That's not too bad. I think I've got the major details in there. That's something for me to work from. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this tracing paper onto the white paper. Before I do that, I'll need my magazine. So I'm going to open my magazine to a fresh page. So I'm going to put that on here. I'm going to put some glue on the back of my tracing paper. Hold that tracing paper down and just do one line of glue like that. And then place that onto the white paper and then smooth it down. So there I've got it glued on. My next step is to take my marker and I'm going to go over the lines of the image. I'm going to keep the image next to me just in case I need to refer to it. This is a good time while you're going over these lines to think, oh gosh, have I missed anything? Is there anything I want to change a bit? I finished my tracing. Now I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to erase the pencil. So just going to hold the page and erase the pencil. The next step is to cut out the image. So you'll take your scissors and you're going to cut out the image. You're going to cut along the line. So you can see I've cut out my image now, but there's a section here and a section here that I really should cut out. Well, if I don't have a blade, then you know what? I'm just going to take my marker and I'm going to blacken this section here. And you know what? Compare it to here, to the original. It actually looks a little bit like the shadows that appear in this image here. So I've added some clothes to this image. You can see my dad's shirt, we're both wearing shorts, and I've got a blouse on. And I did that by going to old magazines and finding just tiny pieces of colour that I thought I could put on here. So I just cut them out and glued them into place. Now the next thing we want to show you is how to do the background. And that's here, as you can see, if I turn it around, I've just taken a white piece of paper, again photocopy paper if you have it, but if you don't have that, if you've just got a piece of paper like this that maybe has some writing on it, take this piece of paper, and again you'll need your magazine, open that to a new page, and you're going to take your glue and you're going to glue this page here. This half a page. So put your glue all the way up to the end. So when you think you've got enough glue on there, you're just going to fold it over, push it down. Good. So now we have a piece of paper that we can use as the model for our background. So we're going to fold this in half like this. Put it inside your book, up against that back V. You're going to fold the book, and you'll notice that you've got some pages, sections of the page that are jutting out on the side. And remember, the principle of a pop-up is everything must be inside the page and not to be seen. So I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm going to mark this out here. I'm going to take this out and then I'm going to cut this section away and this section away with my scissors. Great. Now this is going to be, let's just show you again, this is now going to be the model here for my background that I can collage onto. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw my background image. And because this was in a mountain area, I think, all right, I'm going to draw some mountains in here. So I have some magazines here in front of me to find some colors. I'm looking for some greens and some blues in order to collage my background. So I found a magazine here that has some greens, So I'm just going to tear it. It's very interesting when you tear the shape, because you get an interesting odd shape, and that makes the collage a little bit more interesting. So here we are. I've got some green there, and then I'm looking for some brown, and this is interesting. Piece of meat here. Oh, that's brown. That will do. So I'm going to use that. Now I'm going to do some gluing again. So I'm going to take a new page of my book here. And here I've got some green. Just going to cut this, tear this a little bit smaller. Tear this white section off here. And I'm going to place that, put some glue on the back. And place this at the edge here. I can always cut this to size afterwards, but I'm just going to try and cover all the white paper. Now I want some brown. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back of this shape here, and I'm going to overlap them. When they're overlapping, they look a little bit more interesting. So there we are. That's the start of the collage of my background, and I'm just going to continue across here with blues and greens and browns to cover this this background in. And then here on the front hinge, I use the same method just to collage to make that front hinge a little more interesting as well. And then the last step was I decided where I wanted to place my image of the characters. We've already put our pocket into our page, and something needs to go inside the pocket that's a surprise when you're telling your story. So I thought it would be fun to have 2 water bottles, because my dad and I were out in a very hot part of Western Australia hiking, and so we each had our own water bottle. So here I just made these from, again, some white paper, cut them to shape. I got some coloured paper, stuck it on the top, and then I just used a paper clip for a bit of fun to join them together. So this is a surprise that's going to come out of the pocket when I'm telling my story about Dad and myself walking in the Bungle Ranges in Western Australia. Thanks for joining us today. Have fun tracing and collaging those characters and scenery and objects, and check out our other activities.
And we will see you next time when we will learn how to use a grid to transfer images from photos.